What's up, guys? This is Emoji Mode, episode 24. So thank you guys so much for tuning in 24 weeks in a row. That is crazy. So I just really want to thank you guys for doing that for me, because I know 9:30 Tuesday nights kind of like prime time, relaxation time, chill, figure out what you're doing for the rest of the week, all that cool stuff. So thank you for taking the time to tune in and watch. We got Lisa watching, Jesse's watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Jesse, you came up twice. That's pretty cool. Are you watching on 2 different devices? That's pretty awesome. Episode 24 is all about knowing your worth. And like I posted earlier, today is going to get a little vulnerable, a little scary. We're going to become a little closer as friends. So if you are ready for this, if you're ready to become vulnerable and learn more about yourselves and definitely more about me, hit the heart button. Let's get vulnerable, guys. Let's like each other. Bree's watching. What's up, Bree? Thank you for tuning in. As you guys know, I play with my hair like nonstop, and it's like bugging me nonstop. Tonight? Oh, wow. You guys really want me to get vulnerable, huh? All right, so the title of tonight is Know Your Worth, because I feel like that's a big problem I'm seeing a lot every day, not just here, but literally everywhere, where we undervalue ourselves and we feel like we have to give more to get our worth from outside sources. And the truth of the matter is, you're not going to become happy if you're depending on happiness from someone else. If you're letting someone else determine your worth and how great you are, you're always going to be striving for something that's not obtainable, because no one's going to tell you how awesome you really are all the time. So you have to know deep down that you are great, that you are awesome, that you're worth so much. And this is a really hard topic for me to talk about, because this is something that I battle with like every day. So bear with me as I try to get through tonight's episode. Lori, thanks for tuning in. So quote number 1 of the night is, always know the difference between what you're getting and what you deserve. And I think that quote just speaks huge volume to everybody who's watching and just in general, because we look at, what we're getting from our bosses or significant others or people like that who we hold of higher value and what they're giving to us, but it's not necessarily what we deserve. It's not necessarily what we should be getting. So like a huge thing is, in my past relationships, like I realized I was getting nice words and nice compliments and, being told, oh, you're so beautiful, you're so great, you're so this, you're so that. And I wasn't getting the action. So I wasn't getting what I deserved. I wasn't getting the proper treatment and the proper love and the proper affection. I was just getting the, hey, you're really great. And I was just like, oh my God, they think I'm great. So I'm obviously, like, their words were filling me up, but not fully filling me up so I could be fully satisfied. So if that makes sense, and you've had somebody that was giving you something, but not giving you what you deserve, hit the heart button. Let me know that makes sense. I'm just fixing the camera. There we go. It was a little too high. All right, so I'm glad we're on the same page about this, because that just means that this video is really going to hit home. So guys, this is a video that I really want to go out for everybody to share, because I really think this message needs to go out as far as possible. So if you're feeling what I'm saying, feel free to share. Again, you share the video, you're entered into a raffle to win a $20 Amazon gift card. Next week, I'm going to pull the winner tonight after the episode and post in the comments. So stay tuned for that. Quote number 2. This one is hard. Settling for crumbs doesn't keep you fed. It keeps you starving. We settle for the little things that we accept from those who mean most to us. We accept the little backhand compliments, or the, dinner dates every once in a while, or, the little raises, or we accept the bare minimum things that other people can do to make us feel good. And we settle for that because in the moment it feels good, but in the long run, we're consistently wanting more. And here I'm going to get a little vulnerable. My whole life I've been striving for acceptance and approval from one of my parents. And, anytime I got just a little bit of approval or a little bit of a compliment or a little bit of something from my dad, it meant the entire world to me. But looking back on it, it led me always wanting more, always feeling like I wasn't good enough because I didn't get those compliments all the time, or he wasn't proud of me all the time, you know. So we always settle for those little crumbs in the moment, because in that moment you feel really good, right? You feel like, oh my God, they're noticing me, I'm doing really great. But when the compliments are only coming every once in a while and you're consistently being great and doing great things, it's not worth it, because the little crumbs aren't going to keep you full. They're going to keep you hungry and always wanting more and always feeling like you're not worth enough. And no one should ever live their life feeling like they're not worth enough. Quote number 3. I know what I'm bringing to the table, so trust me when I say I'm not afraid to eat alone. This is where I want to be. This is where I want all of you guys to be, where you're not afraid to be by yourself, to go off on your own and do your own thing, because you know how strong, how awesome, how badass, how great you really are. To not be afraid to go off on your own and do great things, because being alone is scary. Not having your worth be dependent on somebody else, but realizing you have to give yourself love and affection and give your things that you're searching for from everybody else every day is scary. Because you have to look at yourself in the mirror every day and tell yourself that you're great and tell yourself that you're awesome. And it's not always easy, but it's worth it. Because giving yourself that self-love and knowing your self-worth every day isn't going to keep you starving. It's not crumbs. It's going to keep you full every single day. Because every day you're going to wake up and not look for instant gratification and support and looking for all those things in other people. You're going to find it in yourself. And then when you find it in yourself, you're never alone. You're never lonely. You're never hungry. You're always full. You're always fed. You're always happy. Last quote, or second to last quote of the night. How they treat you is how they feel about you. So when you have to really look how people are treating you, not just what they're saying, but what their actions are. Because if you're basing your worth on people's words, you're going to come up empty. If you're basing your worth on your actions, you'll be full. So when you're basing your worth on other people, you're always going to feel empty, always going to feel hungry, always going to be wanting for more. And it's so big to I think the biggest thing you guys can do right now is to realize that you aren't valuing your self-worth. Sometimes we lie to ourselves and tell ourselves, no, like, I know what I'm worth, I know I'm great, I know I'm awesome. But then when we're alone and it's just us and our thoughts and we're by ourselves and there's nobody else around to tell us, no, yeah, like, you're right, you are great. You sit there and you're like, maybe I'm not great. Maybe I'm not worth all this that I am. And we base that on how everybody treats us throughout the day. Well, if I was awesome, he would have texted me more. If I was awesome, my husband would have thought, I had a long day, that he could get the kids ready for bath time. Or if I was really great, my boss would have complimented me today. We base our self-worth on other people's actions towards us, and that's not what self-worth is. When we base it on that, then we come up empty, we come up short, we come up hungry. Last quote of the night. This is the one I really want you guys to take home. I want you to really sit and focus on. Sometimes walking away has nothing to do with weakness and everything to do with strength. We walk away not because we want others to realize our worth and value, but because we finally realize our own. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like, when you finally realize how great you are, how wonderful you are, and how great and all the wonderful things you do every day, and what you're really worth, you don't care what anybody else has to say, how anybody else views you, how anybody else is going to judge you and try and devaluize you and, ruin your worth, because you didn't walk away because you wanted them to see you're awesome. You walked away because you know you're awesome and you know you're great and you knew they weren't worth your time. So the big takeaway from this is we really need to realize every single day our own worth and how wonderful we all really are. And I'm totally honest with you guys. I don't lie. Like, this is something I struggle with every single day. I'm not going to lie to you and say, yeah, I've got this figured out. It's 3 easy steps. This is what you just got to do. It's not easy. But nothing in life is easy, guys. Everything in life that's worth having is difficult. So self-worth and knowing how wonderful and lovely and truly amazing you are is so worth it. Because to have that love for yourself, you're not going to look for it from anybody else. You're going to be so full. And then when you finally do find someone that you love, it's just extra, and it lifts you up extra, and you're not just depending on how that other person feels about you to make yourself feel good, because you'll feel good whether they're there or not. You'll feel good whether you have that job or not. You'll feel good whether you have that boyfriend, girlfriend or not. So learn to know your worth. Learn to love who you are. Learn to see the great things about you every single day, and you will always be full and always be happy. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 24. It's short and sweet, but it's a big message that I've been struggling with, so I figured if I'm struggling, I know everybody else is probably struggling a little bit, because I know it is a touchy topic. So thank you so much for tuning in for episode 24 tonight. Really means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. If this video had any value for you, feel free to share it and get the message out. I'm going to pull a raffle once I sign off here, and we'll figure out who won last week's $20 Amazon gift card. If you want to win next week, just share it tonight. All right, guys, I'm going to peace out. Thank you again.